just watch a movie and for the next 3 hours you will forget your pain. But after 3 hours,
it'll come back.
It's back again. So the ailment was always there. It hadn't gone. But I had shifted my consciousness away from it. Similarly, while working, if I'm working, I'm not aware of the ailment. But the minute I just sit back after everything is done, I realize, oh, everything is hurting, because the consciousness goes towards
How not to suffer, actually?
See, the ailment is going to be there. Whatever I can't get rid of that. But it's the quality of my thoughts that I create. Oh, why did this happen to me? The biggest question is, why has this happened to me? Everyone else around me seems to be fine. Why is it I got the diabetes? Why is it I got the blood pressure? That itself, when I understand the law of karma, why me? The question mark is over. And therefore a lot of series of negative thoughts. Suffering is basically the quality of thoughts I create thinking about that ailment. If I don't think about it, yes, I keep taking the treatment and whatever, and it will get okay. And the positive thoughts will give it the vibration to heal. This is medically proved today, that if you create positive vibrations, your body will heal much faster. At our headquarters in Mount Abu, we have a project called Reversal of Coronary Artery Disease, where brothers and sisters with 95%, 100% blockage in their coronary artery, they come there and they understand meditation and medicine. Not that you're neglecting the medicine, but medicine, meditation, and right lifestyle. And it's a very scientific project that's been going on for the last couple of years. Amazing results. The blockage is gone. Just because you're changing your thinking about the blockage.
Very true, So sometimes, next time when I'm going to have a headache, it's going to be my head having a headache. Not me having a headache, okay? So another question, Jantiben, is like at times we have this very strong karmic account with somebody, Like every time it comes back, we try to settle it with them. But every time something wrong again happens, Like we try to find solutions, but then after some time it again happens, the same kind of thing. So there are times when we want to actually withdraw. So what is the right way to settle this heavy karmic account? Should we withdraw, or should we really try to find out and settle it completely?
You may try to withdraw, but the karmic account will follow you wherever you go. And so today you're here in Manchester and there's a karmic account with somebody. But if the karma is strong, and it sounds in this particular case, so it's very strong, it'll follow you to Delhi. So you can't run away from karmic accounts. And at some point, what you have to do is to decide, I'm not going to continue to allow this cause and effect to carry on in this way. Because, when there's a circle, where's the beginning and where's the end? Here's a seed, here's a tree, another seed, another tree. And so the cycle of karma, where do you break it? How do you settle it? And the way to settle it is to say, I'm going to change my response to this. And so where, for example, they were getting angry and I was getting angry back at them, okay, let me stop reacting, otherwise it'll just continue forever. Or they get angry and I get upset, that's still a reaction to the situation. But they get angry and I say, I'm going to stay cool. And even if they get more angry, I still remain committed to that decision I've made. I'm going to stay cool, I'm going to stay calm. And I can do this if I take the help of the divine. I couldn't do it on my own. But if I take the power of the Almighty and I remember to keep that with me, then within that karmic situation, my response is continually the one that I know is right. It's got to be one which is constantly true and real, positive. And so if I'm continually responding with peace, with calmness, then at some point, whatever was the karma will be settled. Their coming to me is karma from the past, but my response to them is my karma of the present. And this I can choose. The other comes to me, I can't choose that. but my response is something that I can choose. And I think that this is what spirituality actually is teaching us, how to be able to be in the mode where I'm starting to finishing karma, settling karma, and the only karma I create is good karma. You spoke earlier about there's a bank balance. Well, I think on a very subtle level there is. Sometimes people have heard of the Akashic records, the records that are up there in the Akash, in the ether. Well, I don't think there's an actual ledger that's there.
You know, there's somebody.
There's nobody actually writing it down in that way. But definitely, I'm carrying within myself either the accumulation of negativity or the accumulation of positive karma, positivity. And so I can choose to create good karma through my responses, and if I continually do good karma, then that karmic account of the past, whatever that may have been, can be settled today. But I have to watch what my responses are.
So more important is that now, how I respond, you know. Like whenever the awakening happens, whenever the understanding dawns that whatever I'm going to do, it's irrespective of whatever the other person is doing, then like I have to do what I find right and what is the right path. That becomes important. So Shivani, there's another question which I would like to ask is like, a lot of people trying to settle accounts, right? There's a question, there's a lady who says that I've gone through a divorce. So does that mean my account with my husband is settled now?
I think we just got the answer. Isn't this the same? I think the same.
But now that person is no more with her, you know.
I think it's now that it's already done, he's no more with her, but sometimes it continues here, you know. Physically, we might not be together. We've seen a lot of people, when they are together, they are in pain, but when they are separate, they are in more pain. So, you know, if you have taken the decision, it was a decision taken so that you can free yourself and live a more peaceful life. But sometimes we're still in a lot of pain. So then, of course, the account is still not settled. So if it's already done, now probably, but at least I can heal myself, and the energy that I'm sending out to that particular individual, if I can change the quality of it, because sometimes we are very bitter after a divorce, you know, it can be so bitter inside, and sometimes the parents, if they have children, you know, it's a very common thing, though it's very painful, it's like both the parents try to criticize the other parent to the child. They're creating more karma. They're criticizing their partner to other people just so that they can justify their action of divorce. So basically the karma is definitely not settled. It seems to be getting even more entangled. So it will get settled only when I'm able to put a full stop here and no more create.
No more bitterness, actually.
Yeah.
You know, we keep on thinking about it, that he did this, he did that.
And you know, we can just, for years and years, hold those, and every time we're sitting with nothing to do, we just press a rewind button, and all those scenes and situations of the past are there, and there we're creating all the pain all over again, even though the person is still not there with me.
That becomes important. Once again, it's reinstated that I create, and only I can settle by creating positivity and, you know, like not being bitter about it. Shanti, there's another question, is like, how can I finish my past bad karmas? Okay, now when I start, you know, evaluating what I have done, and now we are understanding that what is bad karma and good karma. If we go back, it's like, we start realizing that a lot of things which were not right and which we have done. So can we really finish our bad past karmas?
I believe that this is where God's mercy and compassion comes in. In all traditions, God, the compassionate one, the one who forgives, has been remembered. And I believe that if truly I have realization today, and realization means that I have a commitment to transformation. Say, for example, it was my anger that was causing hurt to many others and to me. And if I deeply realize this and I make a commitment, not just I'm going to try and change, but a deep determination and commitment that I'm going to finish this. I'm not going to let this continue. And I again put this in front of God. I'm putting my realization with a lot of humility and a lot of love, and I'm seeking God's help in this. I believe God can take responsibility for the things I've done if I'm willing to change today. And so with the power of God's remembrance and God's love, that account of the past, I believe, can be settled.
Very true. Somewhere, Shivani Ben, when we talk about, making mistakes, somewhere it weakens up also. Once we start realizing, once we start going back into our past or start looking at ourselves, we start realizing we've really made a lot of mistakes, and it starts, weakening us up. That we start feeling that there's something really bad with us. Raj Yoga is one meditation aspect which actually strengthens our own self. So I would like to ask you, how does Raj Yoga meditation work, and how can we learn it actually?
Raj Yoga meditation is a very beautiful, direct relationship with that Supreme Power Himself, the Almighty Authority, the Ocean of Peace. Like you said, we've made a lot of mistakes. We're also in a lot of guilt because of that. One is I performed the action, let's say 5 years back. It's over, but I'm still carrying the guilt. So actually it's not over. I'm creating those painful thoughts again and again. And now when I understand that karma is internal, I understand that the karma was not what I did just 5 years back, but I am creating the karma every time I'm even creating those painful thoughts. Now I need someone who can get me out of this pain. This role can be played by anyone, a parent, a partner, a friend, anyone, provided that one is in an absolute state of stability and absolutely pain-free, not having their own prejudices and biases, and that when I share with that one the mistakes that I have made, that person, even if it's a parent, doesn't become judgmental about me. Sometimes children say, we want to share with our parents what we have done, but we know the minute we tell them, they are going to get very, very concerned and upset, and they will get hurt, that how could our child do something like that? So the minute the parent gets hurt, the parent is creating thoughts of pain. And here is the child already in pain, looking for someone to pull me out, and here the parent is creating more pain and giving it to the child, and the child just goes deeper and deeper into it. So I need a being who's absolutely pain-free. Difficult to find today, right? Do you find anyone who's absolutely pain-free, not judgmental at all, and accepts you unconditionally? Difficult to find, even if it's our parents or partner. So here we find Him, that Supreme Power, Ocean of Love, who never ever gets angry, never ever gets hurt. Before coming to the Brahma Kumaris, I used to think God gets angry when we make a mistake. And then I heard God is the ocean of peace, ocean of love. And I said, oh yeah, of course. If God gets angry and we get angry, then what's the big difference? Then we're all the same. So God doesn't get angry with me. God doesn't punish me. God doesn't get hurt if I'm doing something wrong. So He always sends that unconditional love towards me. And God loves me, helps me to come out of that pain. Even if I've made the worst mistake in my life, and I'm there before Him, here with the power of my mind, and He sends me that unconditional love and acceptance. It's that love and acceptance that helps me to come out of. God doesn't pull me out, because otherwise He could pull out everyone. But yes, He gives me that unconditional energy which helps me to finish my pain and come out of it. And that's what we're experiencing with Raj Yoga. Yes, we've done a lot of things in the past. Yes, we have still a lot of our own sanskars to work with. But here you come across this being who's absolutely stable and is always there for me. and accepts me unconditionally. And having this relationship with him helps me, empowers me. Basically, we're looking for someone who can empower me. But then that one to empower me has to be Almighty powerful himself, not someone else who's looking for empowerment himself. So that relationship helps me then to transform my sanskars. So Rajyoga doesn't work on a very, just a superficial level of just experiencing peace for a few moments. No, it goes to a deeper level where we transform the root. And the root is my sanskars or my habits or my personality traits. And once my personality traits are transformed, I don't have to think about every thought I create. Is it right? Is it wrong? If the sanskar is right, the thought will automatically be right. The action will automatically be correct. So if we want to experiment with this meditation, we have courses at our centers. We have positive thinking courses, stress management courses, and of course the Rajyoga meditation course. So in Manchester we have our centers, and like the one who's written the email, anyone who would like to experiment with the meditation technique and learn it and explore it, most welcome anytime.
Wonderful. So the way you've explained, to have a relationship with that Supreme Being who is flawless, who is so much loveful, and who is right there waiting for us to get up and move over to him. Jayanti, why don't we request you to please take us through that journey of getting connected to that Supreme Being?
Thank you. Just sit comfortably and both feet on the ground, your back straight, so that although it's a time which is a little bit of a drowsy time, but your mind stays fresh and alert, but the body is also relaxed. I'm going to speak out my own thoughts as I meditate, and you'll find that Rajyoga meditation is quite different in the sense that when people are first told, okay, let's meditate, they think it's a signal to switch off, that you have to stop all thoughts. And that's actually not so easy. If you've tried it, you know. But what we're doing is changing the direction of our thoughts. And so whatever other thoughts have been going on, they've all been, at least for the last hour and a half, supporting us in this journey. And thoughts of what's going on out there, let them stay out there for a little while longer. Sitting quietly, I ask, what is my karma? My karma must have been very good to allow me to come here, to be in a place of good vibrations, to be hearing good things that will help me in my journey in life. Another question comes to mind. Who is connected with karma? And I realize that the connection of karma is with I, the inner being. And now at this moment, I make a decision. I want to settle the karma of the past. and engage in karma with God, in actions for God, with God, through God's love. I absorb all of this within myself. And as I fill myself with all the treasures that God offers me, that now what I have to do is to follow God's will. God's light, God's love.
Thank you, Sister Jayanti, and thank you, Shivani Ben. Thank you, everybody. It was wonderful to be here. And over to Samira again. Thank you.
I thought it was brilliant. It was very convincing, very powerful. It made perfect sense and was logical. And I'm glad I came here because people of my age think that spirituality and all these things are something you do when you get old, etc. I think it's a way of life. The earlier you learn it, the better it is.
It's an amazing feeling, very peaceful, and I would like to practice it again.
My name is Ranjit Singh, and I'm the president of the Sikh Forum International. I think this event was very good, and I have enjoyed listening to the answering questions. It's always what they said, don't bring anything with you but take something away from us, which is very important. And these sort of events, you don't gain anything coming once. You should carry on in your life.
And I've been told by my friends that it's going to be really nice. And I had a picture in my mind, and when I'm here, I feel like 100 times better. When I'm here, I got a really good direction to live a life, and I really pleased to come here, really.
Oh, it's deep. It's a deep relaxation, but still, I think you're conscious with it.
The topics covered interested me.
One needs to be connected with the God all the time, and that is where the strength comes from. So I think that is the common message that runs across all the programs, and that is what I gathered from today's program as well.
I think the whole idea of igniting hope and the fact that we are at the situation that many people think quite hopeless, most than one occasion, and so I find it quite inspiring because it teaches me something, and then I can pass it on to others. So it was quite good.
I mean, the main thing is it's nothing to do with the religion. It's just creating your inner powers, how to live a life in a right way. And I think that's amazing,